Thanks, Chelsea. Well, first of all, thank you all for being here. Yeah, this session is going to be all about context infrastructure and how to use it to enable AI agents in the performance of their tasks. No? Before getting started, just a bit of an introduction about myself. Well, as you see, my name is Manuel. I am an AI and product specialist, mostly working as a freelancer and consultant in helping organizations to discover, build, and deploy AI systems for internal or external use. And my experience with graphs, well, it all started in Klarna with the build up of the centralized source for the entire company. I've also been working in graph power systems for SMBs to streamline operations, and of course Spiintel, which is the topic of this session. Apart from that, I've also been working in AI related stuff within, like lastly in marketing. Which is definitely an industry that can benefit for obviously for knowledge graphs. No? First, let's address the problem space. So, as you all know, many of the people here know that context fragmentation is one of the problems that graphs can solve. Because if you are in a big corporation, you would recognize that definitions and categories do not happen to be centralized. No. In some teams, they call, for example, customers is something, and another team's customer is another thing. That's just a simple example. And they tries to get all that data out of the box, all that documentation with different categorization, etc., into an AI that would produce underperformance, no hallucinations, because the AI would be confused, no, in that sense. So that is the first problem, and then the second problem that we see is the trap of the silo, no, the silo problem. This we see a lot with vendor provided AI, so for example for CRM systems, SEO systems, etc., where the AI implemented is kind of like trapped in a specific business logic. You know, it's kind of like set up exclusively for that. And you cannot move it between different CRMs, no, because it's siloed there. And this also applies to custom AI assistants. No, for example, if your company you happen to have like ChatGPT Enterprise or Cloud Code or Gemini, then each of the custom assistants created are kind of like blocked within the context of the snapshots that have been uploaded into that specific assistant, no, and that is a silo, of course. Now, having like knowing this context, there is, of course, we live now in a paradigm shift that everyone recognizes, no, that is that models are replaceable, so LLMs are replaceable, but the business context is not. The context always stays the same and evolves, of course. And so, yeah, as AI becomes commoditized, the real enduring asset for any company is lies not in the LLM itself, that whether they use the most expensive model or not, or in the prompts, but rather in the evolving context of that company. No. So the solution that I've been working with Spiintel is so keeps the business logic portable, governed and vendor independent, in a sense that you can like export it and also plug any different LLM you have in order to perform the task that you want to perform. No, and that is the solution that Spiintel is. As you can see here in the graph, you have like, of course, in a given company, no, you have like your current tech stack with the documentation that you store it in Google Drive or in Microsoft Office, Notion, email, Slack, etc. And then via integration or via manual upload, then it would go to the single graph of the company. This is enabled by Spiintel, And then via that, users would be able to create specific, let's say, like modules, custom AI assistants that would not require you to worry about, let's say, uploading the necessary context, because the context would be like already like maintained in the graph, and you just have to like pass like minimal instructions and the data points in order to output whatever you want to output. No. Now the 4 pillars from where this has been built is pretty much so first it's ontology based. Every time it has an integration or a document is uploaded, it will first generate a schema, an ontology, like AI would do that, and then after that it will populate with the actual data. It has temporal memory, as Lasse Andersen mentioned in the talk in the beginning of the session. It gives like timestamps to every time something is uploaded, so then AI knows what has been the temporal evolution and what is updated and what is, for example, like really old. Governed execution, in a sense that it's not only it doesn't enable only read, but also enable to create, update or delete data in the graph database. And it's portable because, in a sense, you can export all that data always in a standardized format, so you can use it for any other external system or any other purpose that you might have. So that is that from the presentation. Without further ado, I will jump to the main to Spiintel, the tool. As you can see, well, it's just built like really simple. You have like the data source section where you can upload the necessary documentation that or the context that you currently have. In this case, I already have 6 documents that have been created with dummy data, which is about Lumio. It's a dummy company. And then what happens here is that at first, as I mentioned, it's ontology based. So in a sense that first it will go through an AI data modeler agent, which will map out what is the schema or the ontology of the context contained into those documents. It will then, once that is finalized, it will jump towards to generating the data on the back of the schema or the ontology that has been generated by the previous agent, and then it will populate the graph. The schema and ontology is stored in the same graph, so that means that it's not stored in a weird backend or something like that. It's like directly stored in the graph, and you can see here how all the graph visualization. This is the meta schema. You can see here like everything that is as it goes. By the way, the data visualization, I used Cytoscape. They're open source and they have like really a huge variety of visualizations, not only for graphs. So if any of you is interested in implementing it, check it out. It's really worth checking. And I think that this is now completed. You can see also it's done the chunking, etc., etc. You can also see like here in the window, like all the entities that have been created. Of course, the product is Lumio. You can see also the description, the properties, and etc., etc. And then in Meta, of course, you can see the schema. You can see like all the properties and so forth. So now, once the central source is already has been created, then we can proceed to query the graph or create different modules in order to perform specific tasks. No. In this case, I'm going to just confirm that everything is well reachable by the AI. So I'll just like ask a test question: what is Lumio tonal voice and principle? Because of course, like what I've uploaded is marketing material for this company. So then what I'm asking here, getting deleted, is what is the tone of voice to see what it extracts and how it extracts it. No, you can say this is reasoning, is calling Ivory search and also text to cipher. With the retrieval, how it works is that the first uses the combination of course, Ivory search, which is vector index and full text search, and also text to cipher in order to traverse through the entities that has been fetched by one retrieval or the other. And we can see how is it going. Then it effectively gets the tone of voice for this company. Okay, then we have also here like, what tools has used, and of course also the citations. Not like here, no citations. It actually also returns the source of all the response that has been given. Then, so in this case, you see that this is just like the default out of the box chat. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to create modules for this. A module is a custom AI assistant in this case. So what I'm going to do, for example, I'm going to create a content creation assistant. If any of you watching this has experience in marketing, this is for creating on-brand content, which is creating let's say product listing pages or blogs which align with the tone of voice of a given company. For instructions, I'm going to paste also these instructions. We say like you are Lumio's content creation assistant. You write blog posts, LinkedIn copies, email sequences, and landing page content. Always follow Lumio's tone of voice guidelines. Use only approved call to actions from the call to action library. Write for the persona specified in each request. Back every claim with a validated proof point from the product documentation. Never use words on the avoid list. And then something to also make it more efficient is that I also give the possibility to point to a specific entity or endpoint from which this module will always have to return, kind of like to fetch first and then like traverse through that central entity. In this case, I have here like from the entities that have been created initially in the data source, I can select here what is the central, let's say, entity, and in this case, I'm going to take content page, for example, and the recency, because of the temporality, I will take, for example, the last 30 days. So then I created the module, is this one, and then what I'm going to do is ask it to write a LinkedIn post for Lumio. So this one, we'll say, write a LinkedIn post for Lumio targeting people analytics leads. This is one of the personas that we uploaded in the data source, and then a hook first under 150 words. So then it goes processing the request. It's going to pull everything. You see also here the reasoning in the activity. It does a lot of calls. It might be, of course, there is still a lot of work to do it to make it more efficient in the calls. But in any case, the most important is that it will work. No, so that's let's see what it does. We would. Yeah, there's a problem that I'm having. Yeah, here. So then you write the LinkedIn post for James Okonkwo, which is correct. And it creates, like a LinkedIn post, and there's also editorial notes and so forth. This is really valuable because in my previous experience also within the marketing industry, for example, you see how companies or agencies that offer AI solutions, Normally, they create a kind of like AI tool where all the instructions, all the context is kind of like done in the backend. And then only the specific, let's say, context for that, like for SEO is added, no? But there is missing a lot of times also the context from other parts of the documentation that are also relevant for this. Like, for example, for some information that you need for CRM is also relevant for creation of content, no? So then this helps a lot. This provides it like as much more context than to make the quality better. And another benefit is, of course, like something I've seen within the marketing industry is that there's different tools created for different things. So you have like one tool for SEO, one tool for CRM, one tool for other things, and then the three like separated systems in order to do something that can be unified into one single, let's say, central context tool that where you only need to upload the necessary context, and then it just creates the necessary modules in order to perform a task, no? And that's something I'm going to show now. So we created a kind of like a marketing content creation tool, module. But then the next, without having to create a new different tool for example, all the things, you can easily just create another module for, let's say, customer support assistant, no? Not something practical to do within a company to create a customer support assistant for internal use, but just to show that it's possible to also just create a module that can be used externally, no, by clients. So that is what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a customer support assistant for external use. The content creation was for internal. This was for external. And then I'm going to copy the instructions, which I already had saved. Which is your Lumious customer support assistant. You answer customers and partner questions accurately and concisely. I always answer the questions first before adding context. Be specific, use real number, real timelines, real feature names. If a feature does not exist, say so clearly and offer the closest available alternative. Never speculate on roadmap. Never promise pricing or discounts not documented in knowledge base. And then I will just add here as a topic sheet, for example, which one can I use? Product. I will use user, because the user, of course, is no, not user. I will use a product in this case. Because it's like a customer support is like obviously about the products of Lumio. So then I create the customer support assistant, and then I can just like replicate what a customer, external user can for example, ask, no? Which is, for example, this one. We are on the starter plan and want to access Lumio's narrative. What are our options? This could be more like a partner question, but it fits also the purpose. So Lumio's narrative is not included on the starter plan based on the available data. Lumio narratives is available in Connect and Insight plan. To get access, your option is to upgrade to Connect, blah, blah, which is correct. And also provides next steps for the customer to see pricing and talk to the team. It has used only average search, and you can see also the citations of the sources from where it got all this information, no? That is kind of like a quick overview of what you can do. And in this case, I'm going to go back to the. So that has been the quick demo. Thank you for watching, and well, I guess because I still have time, I guess I can answer also the questions. What is the link to get more info of Spiintel? Yeah, you can, that is the correct link, but if you want more information, you can contact me in LinkedIn. Personally, I would actually share my LinkedIn URL in the comments here, so you can have it. Okay, so that is that. And let me see. Yeah, I think that's all. There's no more questions.